Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Formula 1 24 Mike Rather Took Leah Season 2. And we are heading over to the Chinese Grand Prix, and it's going to be this race race, the first race race of this season. So, if you've not watched the last episode, go back and watch the last episode before you watch this episode, because you can get to know what happened in the last episode. It was very confusing race for me on my side. The things were not clicking, but for Fernando, after smash it with 2 wins in a row, after the fantastic job, Matt, after the bottle here, he had the opportunity to P1, he lost it to Fernando, so you probably want to watch the last episode and find out what happened. And also, I hope you guys be doing amazing, keep your team up to particularly in life, and look after yourself as well. So, we got one upgrade that's coming in that is Insta Cooler, which purchased by Fernando. So we obviously got about 1,395 resources points, and I don't know if there is a chance. Oh wait, I lied. There is a real rim cover. If I get this, it'll be coming in after Chinese, but I need 45% recognition if I want to watch the fun. But let's have a look at chat team. We got the target relative powertrain. I know that I am more weaker in the powertrain compared to Aero, and I think it will be a good idea if I purchase a powertrain. I think that might be an ideal situation. It will come in after Chinese Grand Prix as well, but I should also be able to get aerodynamic as well, depending how my practice session goes. So you know what, let's go for that one. I want to get much more better power for my car. So we are 4th better team, which is pretty good, I guess. So I guess we should go ahead, get ready for the Chinese Grand Prix. Obviously not expecting anything, but we got the upgrade, which is good. Did that put me up anywhere? No, it doesn't. But Ferrari are close to draw on the Aston Martin to be very close with each other. We're still quite far back from Mercedes, McLaren and the Red Bull, but Fernando Alonso has done absolutely fantastic job. So I think it's mainly because the way I'm driving, it just doesn't work at the moment. I think that might be the reason, but I'm going to go ahead to the practice section and hopefully I'll be able to do something good. And I'll see you in the sprint qualifying. I'll just see me getting ready to do our sprint qualifying the first run. So obviously in the practice section it went a bit odd, because it was raining in the practice section, and I haven't managed to be able to tune into my setup that I like to have around China. But that's obviously unfortunate, because I will be able to get what I need. But I was okay with that, because obviously that I'm using the experience that I have from last season and apply that to this season with the Aston Martin. But obviously the first one went pretty good. I finished P4 the second run now, and I'm obviously hoping to be able to smash it. Another thing, because I know I need to deliver the points and everything to the Aston Martin, because the last 2 races in Bahrain, it was really bad. Australia was good, I get, but in Japan was quite bad. So 2 races was good, 1 race was 2 races was bad, 1 race was good. So obviously I knew I needed to do better and try to maximise everything. To Fernando doing that, he was smashing it. So I knew I needed to be at the similar point at him. So obviously now in the sprint 22, I'm doing a really good job and hoping that I can maybe, when going to this break, like I can potentially score some win. But if I get a point in there, that'll be good, and then obviously going to long point will help a lot for me. So obviously going to this second run now, we actually got 1-2 finish with Fernando at the moment, but unfortunately I can't improve the time as I got to see the track limit, and Fernando is beaten me by 3 thousandths of this second. So that's very close between me and Fernando, which is good. So we know we are capable of being able to push for a potential 1-2 finish throughout this season. All he take is try and prove and deliver that result for the Aston Martin. And now it's just finished my final run in Sprite 23. I smashed it and got a pole for the Sprite and Fernando is P5. So that's not bad, but obviously he can try and climb up if he can, and now we're getting ready for the racing. It's 5 race line, and away we go, with me trying to try to beat Max Verstappen, force him out, but unfortunately he beat me to it, and it's taken the lead. Maybe I shouldn't need to do that, maybe just stick to my racing line from round 1, and just hope for the best, not touch it a lot, because I need a lot to land on Norris. He obviously tried to overtake the P2, but he stayed the inside, and I stayed up down the P2. Max got the lead. Fernando and Sergio Perez are fighting each other for P5. Perez obviously got a better upper hand to Perez Fernando, but Fernando got the better line, and he's now fighting with wheel-to-wheel action to Chateau. And Fernando obviously needs to use the best of his car and the best of ability to be able to push by Chateau, but Vorsi had a little wobble, and Chateau taking advantage of his wobble and the overtake. But Fernando managed to do exit, and he got ahead of Sergio Perez despite having a wobble, which is good for Fernando. And now back on to Matt, who's currently leading me P2, Lando P3, Hamilton P4. The top 4 is taken about 1.6 seconds from Fernando Alonso, so maybe the top 4 to end up fighting for the win. But obviously, if you get on win, you get 8 points, which is not bad. That obviously helped a lot for the championship standing, and Fernando will continue fighting with Sergio until Sergio had eventually finally overtook Fernando Alonso, and Matt is still going really well. And now we've got the DRS in this lap and someone fourth, so maybe the DRS can help me try to catch Max Verstappen. But we also had to think about Lando Norris, but we already pulled 1.9 seconds from Lewis Hamilton, which is incredible. The pace from Matt to me and Lando Norris, which is good to see. And we're on board with Max Verstappen, who's watching me try to attempt a dive on the inside, but messed it up and went over the curb a little bit too strong, and I lost a bit of a time. And now I had to try and take it back to Max Verstappen, as he probably didn't need the DRS at its point, and one that had already be, pulled away. But we might get lucky and just got in the bike, hopefully. Obviously, if I had a DRS, that helps me to keep away from Lando Norris. And I do have a DRS, very good. Now I can start chasing, but Lando is very close behind. And I've done for the move on the inside, and I'm going to take the tighter turn. I'm going to take the longer turn, and hopefully I won't hit any collision with Lando, but we keep it clean, which is good. And now Lando trying to get ahead of me, but I'm on the inside line, but unfortunately I went off the track by accident, and I came back on track. But there is no warning or telling me that you gain an advantage, and that's because I've already got ahead of Lando Norris. And obviously the reason I messed up is because I kind of be careful, trying not to exceed track limit in that final corner, because I can drive over the curve, and I do not want that to happen at all. But I caught up with Max now, which is good, and now I can go for the move. But Max now trying to force me to go on the outside line, basically stopping me from overtake. But I dived down on the inside. Max had a little locked up, and he messed it up and allowed me to go through, which is good. And now I can start trying to pull him away as quickly as possible. Is that the main goal right now? Got Nico Hulkenberg is now out of the sprint line, and Matt has re-overtaken me, and I'm looking at the inside line, and I've now managed to find the space on one for it to do with the big gap. And I thought, just go for it, what were to happen. It's just one for it, and we succeeded, which is good. But Matt has now got the DRS. We're on board with Lando, who's watching Max Verstappen going for the move on the outside. Major contact being made him, but luckily none of us had bad severe damage, as Lando obviously tried to find the perfect spot, but he couldn't quite get it done because he was obviously watching me and Matt bullying each other, and he do not want to get involved and risk himself getting a damage or anything like that. Matt tried to remove on the outside, but because I like taking the tighter turn in this specific tour, even though it can be quite risky either way over a standard tuner, I can end up going off or spin my tyre down. But I would care for maintaining the speed, which is good. Albon is trying to repair that Esteban Ocon with Toro side at Albon doing really good product right now. Fernando, as you know, was up in P5, has dropped all the way down to P13, and he's fighting with his former teammate Lance Stroll in the Alpine. That shows the speed isn't there for Fernando Alonso, which is quite unfortunate. I'm hoping that will apply into the Grand Prix, but we obviously in the final lap we should need to make sure we keep it up on again to Max Verstappen. He's obviously nearly getting like closer to me, and they could actually end up overtaking me in the final sector, in the sector which we are joining right now. He does have a dealer, we know how quick Max is. If I could do something to force him to go on the outside line rather than inside line, that will help. But unfortunately, I've messed up my defending and Max taking that inside line, I getting to slipstream, going for the outside line, keep it of the space and try again for the overtaking and try to get ahead of Max Verstappen. He should all go down in the final tour, but I got ahead of Max Verstappen, and I'm now going to take the sprint race win with Max in P2, land another P3. That was a very good race, with very respected between me, Max and Lando, even though Lando wasn't really getting himself involved as much as he wanted. This would be very smart and careful, hoping that me or Matt will both messed up big time, but that didn't happen, which is good. And now obviously in the qualifying, getting ready for the Grand Prix, we're doing our third one right now, and hopefully that will put me in a good spot, and hopefully show that, well, how much capable I am to be able to make a big push for the Aston Martin, and hopefully maybe take that back-to-back pole that I got in straight lane, and hopefully in the Grand Prix we are P2, but Fernando is nowhere to be seen right now. Normally he'll be in top 5 at this point, but he wasn't. But forced I got the track limit, and Fernando had made it into P2, which is good. Now hopefully the issue that he had in the sprint won't really be much more impactful into the Grand Prix. So really cross on that, it's been really a good lean. Me and Fernando to finish on a podium together, well if I can take the win. I don't care who, as I know Fernando's leader of the championship, but I would like to have a championship myself, and I've now taken the pole position in 2-2. Now as we are back on 1, Fernando is in P3, so he's looking quite a bit quick, which is good. So let's hope it can keep up with that for the 2-3, but unfortunately in my final sector we end up losing too much time, and that's because the tyre is degrading too much, and I was like there was no chance for me to do anything about it. But I've also exceeded the track limit as well, which is a shame. I've taken the pole with Fernando P, which is good, and now in 2 where everything can go down, and it will be me, Matt, Fernando, Lando, Hamilton, gosh know who else. It could be somewhere in P10 to get a pole, but it's obviously, we know the Aston Martin isn't exactly the best in power, but aero and track they are quite good, but the power is like what 4th, 5th best on the list. But I've taken the provisional pole, and Fernando is P9 with Max in P5. They have a chance, but obviously I end up, not being able to carry on till I started to state my tyre. I was happy with being able to stay on pole, which is good, and Charles Leclerc has taken P2.
It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles per hour with DRS assistance down the back straight before the cars brake into the tight hairpin at turn 14. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Daniel lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Norris, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Ocon, Albon, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Stroll, Joe, Sargent, Russell, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Now, sadly, things didn't work out for them last time. It was a bad race. Question is, though, can they recover today?
Yes, they can, Crofty. You've got to put it behind you. Whatever happened last time, I was always told as a driver, park it, forget about it. Obviously, feel the pain when it happens, but then you can't dwell on it and carry that through to the next race. So put it behind you and just crack on with this race coming your way now.
Now we're getting ready to crack on to the Chinese Grand Prix. We are looking strategy of doing one stopper, which is pretty much the best scenario. We obviously have the other opportunity. We should take 2 stops with a stop tire at the end. But I think it's probably not going to do that anyway. In case if there's slightly car and left flat, that's probably the best scenario to go for at this point. But obviously, since I got the first pole of the season, including the sprint race, I'm very, very happy because I know we are capable of being able to maximise the result. But Max Verstappen, he somehow just tries to overtake me while I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, maintaining the leading position. He obviously got a bit leading and overtook Charles as well. So I don't know why Max started to get a bit leading right there, but he doesn't matter. He's still staying in pole position, Charles in P2, Max to P3. But we need to make sure we get a fairly good get on way and do not make the same mistake I did in the sprint where I just started to cut off Max. But this time I'm just going to focus on straight ahead and hopefully get a good exit. And now we're getting ready for 5 red lights. And away we go. The Chinese Grand Prix with me staying on the lead, which is good. Had a fantastic start. Max, Chateau, Charles doing lead-wise and the third taller. Chateau and Max overtaking Charles Leclerc with Chateau who double overtake on Max Verstappen and Charles and taking P2 with Max in P3. Charles stopped the P4 with Fernando Alonso who stopped the P14. He had very unlucky return, but let's hope he can keep it up and do much better job than the rest of the Grand Prix, and let's hope that will happen. We've got the William making some move with Oscar Piastri on Albon who overtook Oscar. We're on board with Lucy Tsunoda who's just watched the overtake being happen from Albon who overtook Oscar, and behind we've got Nick Hall who's fighting with Fernando Alonso in P12 with Fernando P13, and I'm staying on the lead in P1 with Chateau P2. Fantastic start for Sturdio, maybe have a good return, because obviously we know he's been in a bad form in recent races, and hopefully he can maybe bring back the Chateau power that we know and love. And with Max Verstappen P3, Leclerc P4, we know he lost 2 places immediately with his trailing with Maldonado who really on hard tyre. Very unusual, but maybe that can work out for him as Sturdy done for the overtake on the outside. I'm on the inside line trying to see if I can board a defense on Chateau, and I've done a very good job on defending, and Hamilton, who is fine with Lando, but obviously it was easy overtake for Hamilton due to the fact that Lando, rather than a hard tyre, he hasn't kicked into quite yet. But the medium obviously has kicked into the speed it there as we start pulling away from Lewis Hamilton, and we've got the fastest slab, which is pretty good for as we know the speed it there. I just think working enough for the form of my own to be back, so hopefully we can do a good job and make sure we make no mistake whatsoever. We're on board with Fernando in that play, who is in P12. He must have overtaken Nico at some point, which is good for him, but he needs to start catching up, and obviously that is important if he wants to make sure he can carry on maintaining his lead in this Lava Championship. But this Lava standing, Championship, it's going to be a struggle, but we've got both Red Bull in the podium spot, and I can't be the one that can, hold on to that. We need Fernando enjoying help out, but maybe it's just really a bit of the bad form at the moment, I'm not quite sure. But we've got objective that's keep your tyre surface staying above 111 degrees. And I was like, what is that going to do me by that? Do you want me to keep that deep weighing, that try not to burn out too much? But you realise I got someone behind that had to defend as much as I can with Max Verstappen as well. But Chapman going for the move on the outside and they taking the lead. But I thought to myself, go for the brace late, and I managed to do a fantastic job on avoiding contact. But unfortunately, I taken way too much tight turn. That unfortunately lost a bit of a time. But I was all telling me that I knew I had a Diallo and Sturgio in this first late on the start of this line, and I'm going for the move on the inside line, going to my favourite corner of the entire long playing calendar. The toilet one of my favourite corner, but I knew I had that potential of being able to pull away very easily, because all I needed to do is release speed and let my car roll down. As part of the match is now started fighting against each other, then now to the drive for the move on me, made the contact by on the middle with Max for the move on the inside, made the contact with Pilot myself, and I managed to stay ahead despite being sandwiched by a broken Red Bull. I was very glad that I can stay ahead because Matt had the opportunity to jump for the move on the inside. But me, Pilot, was fighting so much, I was focusing on him, I completely forgot about Max Verstappen, but Matt somehow did overtake me. I think it's because he tired of taking too much of a tight turn. I and Pilot had much more better turning. Maybe that should be the reason, but Charles was definitely enjoying watching that. He's obviously doing this similar thing as Lando Norris would do it in the straightaway, where he was just watching, waiting for the right time to pause and going for the overtake. But we know that Charles doesn't have that capability at the moment, because the both Red Bull are boxing everybody in, but they won't get to me first, and Paradise done for the move, and I'm now trying to dive down the inside, trying to take back my lead, because the whole thing, it will be done back and forth between me, Paradise, his Matt. It can't quite seem to get himself involved and let Paradise make a mistake. That's probably the best case scenario, but Matt's a pause in, and Paradise done for the outside line, or break rain lane. But in fact, I was even biting at all. I let the car roll, and I got much more good speed and better handling to go around that corner. And obviously, defense well against Chateau in lap 8. We got Paradise to move again on the inside. He's taking what I always do, but I'm on the outside. But we know the tighter is very good. But when I carry on going, keep committed to the outside line, and I managed to overtake Sergio Perez. I bet he was thinking, how is he doing that? He's on the inside, he beat me, so I'm going to go on the inside to beat him, but he can still beat me going on the outside. He's obviously thinking, what should I do? Because he needs to do better job in defense. That's the only thing I can say. Do better job in defense. And Perez, and now it's trying to jump from the move on the outside. He's got much more better speed ahead, but a bright falling lane, which is good. We're keeping it safe and clean, which is good thing, because we're getting a bit bitter. But we know I have be safe, because that's probably the best answer. So we can go to the end and obviously make sure we get some good fight in. If that's what I want with Sergio. Sergio obviously has been a bad form recently, and for him to do a really good job and try to beat me, and that obviously shows that what Paradise can do in the Red Bull seat. It obviously took his last season. We don't know what to happen to Sturdio. He obviously needs to prove what he can do, but I'm doing a really good job, staying ahead of Paradise. Matt is staying P3 to the third and P4. Nothing really much has changed, but it ought to go to change in this straight line, because they all behind have a together. But his Paradise to end up going for both sides. He knows I can defend really well, as he don't move on the outside. He's obviously now got ahead of me, but I was doing the same thing, break late, but I break too deep. I end up losing the play back to Paradise, because I was not focusing on breaking points. I was thinking too much about where to break love, and I think about the timing of the break, and I messed it up. And Paradise has now taken the lead, but he didn't keep it any longer. Matt obviously tries to chase down as well. I've gone for the inside line, and I smashed it really well. Very happy about that. The tighter, the better it is. That's what I always say in most of the time, and I'm really happy with that overtake. I was keeping it careful, trying to get to the end of that overtake without damage. To obviously we in lap 11, the tyre, it started to feel a bit weird, started to get degrading, but Max Verstappen had finally done something he's been waiting for so long in lap 12. He overtaken Chateau, Pello, and McLaren's like I said, maybe Pello is sliding a little bit to Pello right behind me, but he'll never be able to overtake me from that point. He overtaken me ages ago, and now Matt is going to start chasing down on me, and I was getting worried. Hey Matt, we know what he's capable of. We know I'm born with the both William, who's fighting with Oxter Piastri. As Shibano Ton tried to defend his play against Oxter, he got the P9, remember, the tight it, the batter it, but Oxter Piastri has got an inside slide anyway, and is now re-overtaken at Shibano Ton with Fernando in P12, so Fernando hasn't quite managed to make a good improvement at the moment, at Old Town down from John for the move on the outside with Nutitano not behind, trying to rush on to see which time it can done for the move, but Oxter is still getting himself ahead of Esteban Old Town. And now for me, I was doing a pretty good job at nearly start putting 1 second up, and that's because I knew they'd start slogging. I am also slogging, but I was just not allowing that into my head, trying not to get paranoid, just going for the move, just going for every tour in stats the same way you did every lap before. Now we obviously think about pitting this lap as we got told by my engineer to be careful about, the speeding limit. So we now obviously gonna put on a hard tyre. I was thinking to ride on longer, but I thought no, but let's not do that, as Matt is now gonna move on the inside. I gone a bit wider, trying not to make a contact with him. He's now side by side with me, and I need to make sure I stay ahead of him, because I need to the pit, and I do not want him to overtake me and go into the pit with me as he now going to the pit. I would hope he stayed out, but he didn't. He stayed in and he gone to the pit at the same time with me, along with Charles, and I believe Hamilton had also gone in. This Matt now getting ready to change the tyre. I need to be quick. My pitch needs to be quick. Make no mistake. But Matt is staying for a long time. I think he had an issue, but also 2 tyres just gone by him. He had to be held up, waiting till they go, and the man to stay ahead of Matt, and Charles has beat Matt. He's just sharp behind Matt. Now he beat him, which is good. We've got Joe Bondu, who late in his home way, he can't get the overtake done on me, which I'm very happy about, but he overtook me. That ended up forcing me to slow down for Matt to catch up with Charles Leclerc, who on board with Pella, who's leading, and he's now going to go into the pit. And we've got Lando Norris, who's now got the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix, and he's now obviously on a hard tyre. He knows that he needs his tyre to start pulling away as quickly as possible, but he's now going to the pit in this lap, and I overtaken Lando Norris, and behind that we've got Matt, Pellet and Charles are fighting against each other as Matt done for the move on Charles Leclerc, Pellet, and gone for the double overtake, I believe, and overtaken both cars. Pellet is on form today, which is good for him, as Matt does it inside line, gonna keep it sweet and clean against the Pellet, yes they will, but they are now doing wheel-to-wheel action fighting for P3 if they want to get that podium spot, but Pellet has overtaken Matt officially, and they got the P3. They now to start chasing me down, but what I'm hoping for is they fight it so much, we lose so much time, which is still got Hamilton, who's going for the move on the outside, then Charles Leclerc got the P8 knocked out the P11 to the number who was leading the Grand Prix, and now are taking back that lead. And now Hamilton has overtaken Charles Leclerc. It could maybe try a shakedown, but now I'm worried about Lando Norris. He's on a medium tyre. If he does a really good job on, get everything done with the overtaking and catch all the tyres ahead, that'll be a problem for me. As now he's rushing both Red Bull, fighting against each other for P3 and P2. Lando obviously doing the calm mentality, tries to find the right timing. He's been doing that all races long, as they got a bit of a wobble. A Pella is now got Lando breathing out on his neck, and he's now done for the move on the inside line. Can Pella to do job defending? He might not be able to do that since he's on a hard tyre. Lando is on better tyre, but got a long way to go. Something can change as he got the inside line. He's trying to keep it together as Lando obviously tries to get himself ahead of Sergio Pella. Max Verstappen obviously human messed up a little bit with the timing. It is now gone down to P4 as Lando, gone for the P2, which is very good for him, but if they fight is so much that 4-second gap from himself to me, but just someone Jonathan Smoke, and that is Chateau, Powder, Sergio Powder has Jonathan Schmo here now trying to be DNF with mechanical issue and entirely from the line. That is unfortunate. Sergio Powder is doing a fantastic job, on chasing me down, trying to keep on the podium, and it's now all gone to the dust because of the nutball engine issue, and that is unfortunate for Sergio. We've seen Lee playing with one to do, who's obviously running really bad, and he's now got mechanical failure, and that brought our state new car. Why they state new car? Sergio Perez had mechanical failure to the Real state new car, but it is bring out for Joe Mondu. I wonder why did that happen? He has the same issue of Perez, but state new car come down, and I think so I paid for stop tyre, or had a little look though, but I was like, you know what, let's not do that, because I might end up falling all the way down, and I might not be able to get my stop, get back up. Like we now getting ready to start racing in lap 24, going into lap 25, got about 4 laps to go. So hopefully I do a fantastic job on defending, and Lando right behind me, you can get a good exit. But I done a surprise attack on Lando Norris, gone for the speed, and I managed to start putting a gap on Lando Norris, which is good, and now Lando had to try to catch up, but what that means for him, his tyre started raising too much, and I know my hard tyre started to feel better, which is good. Got double replay going on with Max and Lando fighting, with both Ferrari also fighting, and we got Charles Leclerc, who's just made a contact with Carlos Sainz. That is unfortunate. I think Carlos Sainz matched up his braking, but ended up, the ending by Charles Leclerc, and it got a front wing damage. I think it might not be severe, but front wing damage is not what you want to deal with. And now here, it might start falling down potentially. Max and Lando continue fighting, but start putting 2 starting gap on them two, which I'm very happy about. We've got Charles Leclerc, you may see on the stand, he started up down to Newton to know. Lando got ahead, but Max Verstappen joins the final lap now. Max obviously needs to do everything in his power to try to beat Lando, and I'm still leading the Chinese Grand Prix. I need to keep it together and to secure the starting win of this season, including the sprint race, which I'm wanting now here as well. Lando and Max is now fighting with Lando and Max on the outside. Max obviously trying to get the better exit on Lando Norris. You see the replay on the top corner. Max now got ahead of Lando Norris in the final corner and taken P2, and I'm going to take the win on the Chinese Grand Prix with Max Verstappen taking P2, Lando P3. What a race that was. Unfortunate for Sergio Perez for having DNF, and obviously a bit of shot-on race for Fernando Alonso. He won the Chinese Grand Prix last season.
There'll be smiles at the factory after that one. A great race and a real team performance to take victory here in Shanghai.
And that's 2 wins in a row now, of course, Crofty. And it marks the fact that it's not a fluke. So, their head's in the right space. What more can we see going forwards?
The Aston Martin team will be very happy with today's performance. And of course, the final result. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork. And a well-deserved first-place finish.
As you see, I got my second win of the season with a back-to-back win, and obviously I think it was David Clough and I was talking, I'm not sure that it wasn't a fluke. It showed it wasn't a fluke, which is good, because I know I am capable of being able to deliver everything I possibly can for the Aston Martin. But Max Verstappen done a fantastic job on overtaking Lando Norris in the final corner, which was absolute crazy, and Lando obviously really gutted about it, but he's on a podium. What there to complain, but Fernando Alonso, who had an absolutely horrendous day. But I do know how that feels, because I was in the same position myself in Chinese Grand Prix, and I'm now in 4th place with Lando P3, and Fernando Alonso has lost his lead in the 2nd spot in the driver standing, with Max taking P1. But the Aston Martin is now 10 points ahead of the Red Bull, which is good, which is my win, double win in fact. So I'm very happy about that. Now, hopefully, going to the next day, I'm hoping to be able to, deliver and continue basically trying to make the wins in a row, but 2 wins is the tower just 1 point alone itself. But obviously, we now going to get ready to go into Imola next day, and hopefully we can do a good job. So thanks for watching, please like and subscribe in my video, do you like, be very appreciated, and peace out.